Elecciones en Denver. Conoce a los candidatos en 8 minutos. Un espacio producido por el Comercio de Colorado.
Preséntese usted mismo para nuestros lectores.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me to do so. I'm State Senator Chris Hansen. I'm running to be Denver's next mayor because I believe we need to build a city that works. And right now, I'm feeling frustrated. I'm frustrated that Denver's not working as well as it should, that we're not living up to our full potential as a great city. And I am the one candidate in this race who has both extensive private sector and public sector background. I've been accountable to shareholders and to voters, serving in the state legislature for the last 7 years and leading on the state budget. But I also had 10 years in the private sector, leading large teams around the world and working on billion-dollar projects. And I believe that that's a great combination of skills to help come in and really help turn Denver around and address the critical issues. And I feel like we really need to build a safer, more affordable, and greener Denver. And that's what I've been focusing on in my campaign.
¿Cuál es el problema más urgente que hay en Denver en este momento?
Yeah, I think the number one job as your next mayor is to rebuild our public safety department. Right now, we are short hundreds of officers in the police department. We are short hundreds of officers in the sheriff's department. And I'm really proud to be endorsed by the sheriffs through their union, the Teamsters. And the reason I think I got the endorsement is that we had a great conversation about how we can rebuild our public safety. You know, right now, if you call 911, you might be on hold for many minutes. If you need the police, it might take them a long time to get there because we're so short-staffed. And so I believe, you know, we can make great plans in housing and lots of areas of the city, but none of it will work if we don't have a great public safety department. So I think that's the number one issue.
¿Cómo resolver el problema de las personas sin hogar en Denver?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I've put a very detailed plan on my website. I would encourage people to take a look at it. But to summarize the plan, it's really about the 3 R's. First, we need to reevaluate. We're spending $250 million this year on homelessness services, and we're seeing a negative result, meaning the problem is getting bigger, not smaller. And so I think we need to use a very evidence-based budgeting approach, look at the programs that are working well, like our partnership with organizations like the Salvation Army, and then take a hard look at the places where we're not seeing results and cut those parts of the budget and really focus in on getting long-term progress. The other thing I want to be very clear with the voters about is that we cannot have open camping in Denver and hope to be successful. You know, I studied very closely what they've done in San Antonio. They've made some great progress on reducing the homelessness crisis. And their formula was to stop open camping, have a one-stop shop to connect people to services, and make sure that if you have housing, you have wraparound services to go with that. That, I think, is the recipe for success in Denver, and that's how I want to focus Denver's budget and make sure that we're enforcing our camping ban.
¿Qué le dice usted a las personas que le dicen que usted aspira a ser el alcalde de una ciudad en la cual cada día es más caro vivir?
Yeah, it is very complex. You know, as I talked about in my opening remarks, I want to build a safer, more affordable, and greener Denver. Affordability is top of mind for so many families, and it's understandable why, because housing prices have gone up significantly, rents have gone up significantly, cost of living has gone up in Denver in a very big way. And I think fundamentally we have to increase the amount of housing supply that we have in the city. We are behind about 50,000 units right now in Denver. It means that it pushes up prices for everyone in the city. Rents go up, property values go up, and it makes it more expensive. And so I believe we have a great opportunity to build more housing in Denver, particularly on our high-density corridors. So you think about East Colfax as an example. We need to build more density on Colfax, 4 5-story buildings, and make sure that it's very closely connected with transit so that people can easily move around the city. And the bus rapid transit proposal for East Colfax and West Colfax, we can take that then to Federal and to Broadway and other parts of town. If we get that right as a city, we can make massive progress on addressing affordability.
¿Qué es lo que usted más disfruta cuando está haciendo campaña electoral?
The thing I love about campaigning is getting to learn new things about the city and meet new people. Every day in this campaign, I'm getting to meet hundreds of new people, see new parts of the city, learn new details about each neighborhood, and it's so much fun. I mean, this city is kind of infinitely complex, and it's one of the best things about campaigning.
Comparta algo que haya aprendido sobre la ciudad.
Yeah, you know, a couple weeks ago I did a school visit to the Kempner Beacon School over in the southwest part of the city. And what I learned is that 95% of their students are free and reduced lunch, meaning it's serving low-income families. And the vast majority of the students are having English as a second language. So of course on the west side of Denver, in the southwest in particular, lots of immigrant families, lots of Mexican immigrants, lots of Central and South American immigrants. And it's a part of the city that is so vibrant and wonderful. But visiting the school, I saw directly the challenges that they're facing and the need for more support for their teachers, more support for their school, and really helping immigrant families get their kids educated. And so that was an incredible experience to go visit the Beacon Kempner schools.
Sobre la polémica creada con sus avisos en televisión, ¿tiene algo que agregar?
Yeah, you know, I've put out 2 separate TV advertisements. I've really tried to focus in on what I think are the most important issues in the city of Denver, which is how do we tackle the public safety challenge and the homelessness crisis that we're dealing with. And that's what my ads are dealing with. They show the issue in Denver to really try to get people's attention, and then we dive into what our solutions are for those problems. I think that is exactly what people expect in a campaign, is identify the key issues and then put your best ideas in front of people to make sure they know how you would tackle these challenges. And that's exactly what we were trying to do with our first 2 ads.
¿Usted se arrepiente por el contenido de alguno de esos avisos?
Well, you know, we got asked about the first ad and was it a fair ad? And I think, you know, we were using news footage. We had, there were white people in the footage, there were brown skinned people in the footage, there were black skinned people in the footage, and that I think represents, you know, different parts of Denver, and that's what we were trying to show, is that this is a serious problem. And so, you know, I think the premise of the question was incorrect. We were not doing something that was showing only one side of the story. We were trying to show how the complex nature of the problem and then immediately share with the voters what our solutions look like.
¿Cuáles son las herramientas personales y profesionales que usted llevaría a la oficina del alcalde de Denver?
Oh, yeah, you know, I have an engineering background. I studied engineering in undergraduate and at the graduate level. I also did a lot of work in energy economics. And so I've done a huge amount of private sector and public sector work around infrastructure finance, infrastructure planning. And I think that would be a very important strength that I could bring to the mayor's office. I understand how to do systems engineering and how to handle complex systems, how to handle complex projects. And that is ultimately what the city is. I mean, this is a job interview to be the CEO of the city of Denver. It's 11,000 employees. It's multiple departments with thousands of employees each, solving difficult, complicated problems in neighborhood after neighborhood. And I would love to come in and build a great team, a representative, diverse, talented team to do that. And I think my background really would help me as the Denver mayor.